Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo 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 Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Dhananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Gamini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarani. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I hope you are enjoying the trip. Yeah. Because we are on the bank of Mother Ganga, I was asked to speak on the glories of Mother Ganga. I will speak from Srimad Bhagavatam 8th and 9th cantos, where the glories of Ganga are described. In the first canto, Srimad Bhagavatam also speaks a few glories of Mother Ganga. Ganga is also called Vishnupati. Fifth canto Bhagavatam also shares some glories. Because Mother Ganga emanates from the feet of the Supreme Lord, she is also called Vishnupati. Right in the first canto of Bhagavatam, when Parikshit Maharaj was cursed to die within 7 days, for a small mistake he has done, which is to keep a dead snake around Shamik Rishi's neck when he was meditating. He was cursed to die within 7 days. Then Parikshit Maharaj gave up his kingdom. He came on the bank of Ganga and he started hearing Harikatha from Sukadeva Goswami. So in that context, Sutta Goswami says, the first canto, Ya Vaila Satshri Tulasi Vimishra KrishnaGhrireva Vyatika Mudetri. The water of Ganga is always mixed with the flavor of tulsi, because tulsi leaves are always present at the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Vishnu. Water that came from those feet will also have the flavor of tulsi. And definitely this water contains the dust from Krishna's lotus feet. So when you are taking bath in Ganga, or touching Ganga, or seeing Ganga, or sprinkling this water of Ganga on your head, it's basically we are in touch with tulsi, we are in touch with the dust from Krishna's lotus feet. We are in touch with Charanamrit. We are bathing ourselves with Charanamrit. We bathe the Lord, and the whatever liquid that bathed the Lord becomes Charanamrit. And we bathe ourselves with the Charanamrit by taking Ganga on our heads. So, the story is like this. Before even getting into the story, some say that Ganga river is a liquid form of Lord Narayana. And Lord Narayana takes a female form, is Mohini Murti. When the Lord takes a boy form, he is Vamanadev. Similarly, the Lord also takes a liquid form. The liquid form of Lord Narayana is Ganga Devi. Second version. When Vamanadev went to beg charity from Bali Maharaj, then Bali Maharaj said, okay, I'll give you charity, whatever you want. Vamanadev said, I just want 3 steps. Bali Maharaj said, you're a small child. You want 3 steps of land according to the measurement of your steps? How much land will occupy this place? No, you are not very intelligent. Ask for more. Then Vamanadev said, no, I am satisfied with 3 steps of land. I don't need anything more. And he gave a big seminar on principles of satisfaction. He spoke against greed. And finally, Bali Maharaj said, okay, I'll give whatever you want. But Bali Maharaj's guru Shukracharya understood that this Vamanadev is Lord Vishnu himself. He came in the disguise of a Brahmana boy only to take away all the kingdom of Bali Maharaj and give it to Indra. So he stopped him. Bali Maharaj was stopped by his guru Shukracharya. But Bali Maharaj did not hear Shukracharya's instruction because he thought, my promise to Lord Vishnu is more important than my obedience to my guru. Obedience to guru is very important, undoubtedly. But if guru instructs us something against our devotion to Lord Vishnu, such a guru must be rejected. Guru is meant to take us closer to Vishnu. And here is a guru who says, don't give charity to Vishnu, don't offer anything to Vishnu. Such a guru must be rejected. So Bali Maharaj rejected Shukracharya. Then Bali Maharaj offered charity to Vamanadev. And Vamanadev, as soon as he received the charity, means as a formality, as a part of the ritual, Bali Maharaj took this kamandal of water and then washed the feet of Vamanadev and then offered charity in his hands. Then this little boy Vamanadev became so huge, gigantic form of Trivikrama and occupied the entire universe. He lifted his foot and he touched the coverings of the universe. With one foot he covered the entire Bhumandala, that includes the lower 7 planetary systems. Bhumandala, plus within the depths of Bhumandala, there are 7 planetary systems, 7 lokas, Atala, Vittala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala, Bhutala, Mahatala, Patala. So he covered all the 7 planetary systems, 7 plus 8, 7 plus 1, 8 total. Then with his body he occupied the entire outer space. With the second foot he occupied the upper 6 planetary systems also. It's more than Bali Maharaj's property. He occupied the entire universe. So when Vamanadev raised his foot like this, Lord Brahma took this opportunity to serve him. Jambavan took another opportunity to serve him. So many Devatas took an opportunity to serve him. How? First, Jambavan took the opportunity to circumambulate him. He did Parikrama of Vamanadev. Not the baby Vamana, but he used Trivikrama. Basically, Jambavan had the power to go around the entire universe while doing a Parikrama. Then all the Devatas started offering praises. They were glorifying Lord Vamanadev, Devatas and sages. Then Brahma took this opportunity to take this Kamandalu, Brahma is a Brahman. So Brahmanas have this water pot. So this Kamandalu he took and he washed the upraised foot of Vamanadev. And the water that washed the foot of Vamanadev by Brahma personally descended from the top of the universe into all the planetary systems like Satyaloka, then Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Swargaloka. It descended like this. That is Ganga. Ganga is the water that washed the lotus foot of Trivikrama. And that water came from Brahma's Kamandalu. Brahma's Kamandalu has so much water, entire river can come out of it. That's transcendental. His water bottle is not like this. He has a big Kamandalu. He's so huge. He lives for 311 trillion 40 billion years according to our calculation. Brahma's 100 years is 311 trillion 40 billion years according to our calculation. Within one day of Brahma, there are 1000 Divya Yugas. One Divya Yuga is combination of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. 4 yugas put together is called one Divya Yuga, also called one Chatur Yuga. Like that, 1000 Divya Yugas is one day of Brahma, and his night is also same duration. Means his 24 hours is like 2000 Divya Yugas. Like that, 30 days is his 1 month, 360 days is his 1 year, and like that he lives for 100 years, which is 311 trillion 40 billion years according to our time calculations. So now we have trust that his Kamandalu created Ganga. His water bottle must be very big. So that's one version. But another version is when Vamanadeva raised his foot, he appears in the coverings of the universe. This universe, material universe, has 14 planetary systems. Lower planets we already discussed, Atala, Vitala, Satala, Ratala, Rasatala, etc. Upper planets are this Bhumandala, then Bhuvarloka, Swarloka, Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. 14 planetary systems. All of them are there within the stem of the lotus that sprouted from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Where does he stay? Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu stays within the depths of the Garbhodaka ocean. Where is Garbhodaka ocean? That is in the bottom of the universe. So when Lord Mahavishnu breathed out, millions and billions of universes came out of his bodily pores. You're getting confused? Too many references? Okay, let me go slow. You're already aware about this. So right in the beginning of the creation, when nothing was existing, this universe was not existing, Mahavishnu was existing. Lord Mahavishnu. Below the spiritual realm that has hundreds and thousands of Vaikuntha planets, including Goloka Vrindavan, Dwaraka Dham, Mathura Dham, Ayodhya Dham, all these are Vaikuntha planets in the spiritual world. Below the spiritual world, there is a transcendental ocean, and that ocean is called causal ocean, also called Karana Samudra. Karana means cause. Karana Samudra means causal ocean, because it is the cause of millions of universes. So Lord Mahavishnu lies on this causal ocean on his snake head. At that time, the universe was not existing. All of us were not active like this. So Lord Mahavishnu lies on this causal ocean. He is also called Karanodaka Sai ocean, Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, because he is lying on Karana ocean, Karana Samudra. He is called Karana Udaka Shai Vishnu. Karana means cause. Karana Udaka means water. The water of this Karana ocean is called Karana Udaka. Shai means one who sleeps, one who lies down, one who reclines. So Karanodaka Shai means that Lord, that Vishnu who lies on the Karana ocean. Clear? In short, he is also called Mahavishnu. Karanodaka Sai Vishnu or Mahavishnu. So he lies down there. So the material energy called Prakriti is there within his body, inactive at that time. So Lord Mahavishnu glances on this Prakriti which is there within him. And while glancing on this Prakriti, he exhales. So when he exhales, while glancing on Prakriti, millions and billions of universes called Brahmandas emanate from his bodily pores. Is it clear? No. Yasyeka vishvasita kalamatavalabhya jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanatha. So Jagadanda means unlimited Brahmandas or universes or cosmic eggs come out of his bodily pores. All these universes are basically manifested by this Prakriti or material energy. Right? They just manifest. So far it's clear? Is it clear? Yes. Varun?
You mentioned about glance of Mahavishnu. I had heard somewhere it was Shiva's glance.
Lord Mahavishnu takes the form of Lord Shiva when he has to come in contact with Prakriti. But it is ultimately Vishnu he is glancing. But that Vishnu who is in touch with material energy, who interacts closely with material energy is Lord Shiva. But that Vishnu who is transcendental to material energy, stays aloof, is Vishnu, is Mahavishnu. So they are not different. But ultimately glance is coming from Vishnu only. So then Prakriti comes out and manifests all these material universes. Then for these universes to become active, the Lord has to enter. Now the body is not active without the soul. Similarly, the universal body, you compare this universe to be a body, that will not be active without super soul. So Lord Mahavishnu himself is the super soul of the entire material realm, and he expands himself as Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu and enters into each universe. And that Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu is the super soul or the Paramatma of each universe. Is it clear? Confusing? Atma animates the body. Paramatma animates the universal body. So Atma is small, infinitesimal. Paramatma is infinite. Right? To animate one little body, you need Atma. Of course, Paramatma is also there in the body. But to animate the entire universe, you need another Paramatma. So we have three Paramatmas. One Paramatma is this Mahavishnu. He is the Paramatma of the entire universe. Second Paramatma is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who enters into each material universe. Clear so far? I'll explain a little more. So Mahavishnu expanded himself and entered into each universe, every single universe, as Paramatma. So when he entered the universe, he found the entire universe empty. Just now X manifested, but inside details were not manifested. So when he entered the universe, he found the universe empty. From his own perspiration, from his sweat, he created an ocean there. And that ocean is called Garbhodaka ocean. Clear so far? Garbhodaka ocean that manifested from the sweat of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Of Mahavishnu only. Mahavishnu entered there and he created this ocean and he lied in that ocean. While Mahavishnu floats on the causal ocean, Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu doesn't float on Garbhodaka ocean. He stays inside the ocean, in the depths of the ocean. Right? He is there at the bottom of the universe. So Garbhodaka ocean is created with his sweat, and he enters that ocean and he lies in the depths of that ocean. And from his navel, a universal lotus sprouts. And on top of that lotus, Lord Brahma takes birth. Okay. And within the stem of that universal lotus, there are 14 planetary systems, which later Brahma manifests. And now, coming back to Vamanadeva episode, just to give some clarity, I thought you know all this, but I had to give this information before we get into Ganga story. So when Vamanadeva raised his foot, he touched the coverings of the universe. Now the universe is formed in universal shell. So how is the shell formed? There are different layers. Layer of earth, layer of water, layer of ether, layer of fire. Like that, all the material elements form different layers. Each layer has a specific thickness. That's how this entire universe exists. Those are the coverings of the universe. When Vamanadeva raised his foot, he pierced these coverings of the universe. And where are these universes? Within the Karana ocean, right? Causal ocean. Mahavishnu is lying on the causal ocean. From his body reports, millions of universes are coming out. Means all the universes are also there within the causal ocean, or floating or inside the causal ocean. When Vamanadeva pierced the covering of this universe, some water of this causal ocean entered into the universe. The transcendental waters of the causal ocean entered inside the universe. And that water became Ganga. Clear so far? So we discussed three versions of Ganga. First, you tell me, I need to understand whether you understood or not. Such a technical class at 6 o'clock in the morning. Such a good time. Yes, Paru.
Because Brahma washed the feet of Vishnu, that's why.
Where did he get water from?
From his, I forgot the name.
His water pot.
Yeah.
Okay, that is one version. Okay, second. One more. Adults also can speak. You only one kid here.
From the lotus feet of the Lord were through Tulsi.
I mean, it's not that they are emanating. Water is mixed with tulsi leaves, tulsi flavor and dust because of coming from Lord's lotus feet. But the water that washed the Lord's lotus feet became Ganga river. And who washed the feet? Brahma with the water in his kamandalu. That's one version. Then one more. We discussed three versions of Ganga.
When Vamanadeva pierced the universal covering.
When Vamanadeva pierced the universal coverings, some water of the Karana Samudra or causal ocean entered into the universe. That is Ganga. The third version. I spoke the third one also.
Bali Maharaj washed his feet.
No, that is normal water. That is also Charanamrit, but not necessarily Ganga. One more I said. I think this is the first thing that I said. Very easy. The liquid form of Narayana. Ganga is the liquid form of Lord Narayana. So Ganga is the liquid form of Narayana. Ganga is the water of causal ocean that entered this universe. Ganga is the water that washed Lord Vamanadev's feet, washed by Brahma. And Ganga is a mixture of all three. That's what we are seeing. Now, when Lord Vamanadeva pierced the coverings of the universe, this Ganga descended and settled in the heavenly planet. Did not come to earth planet. Right? It came to the heavenly realm, which is much above the Bhumandala or Bhuloka. So how did this heavenly Ganga, Swara Ganga, came to this Bhuloka? So that's another story. Are you able to keep track of so many stories? Once upon a time, there was a great king named Sagara Maharaj. This Sagara Maharaj had 60,000 sons. Don't ask me how and why. One kid asked me, how does he remember 60,000 names of his sons? If he has to call his sons, how does he remember? If he can produce 60,000 sons, he can remember their names also. Not a big deal. So he had 60,000 sons. So one day this Sagara Maharaj wanted to perform Ashwamedha Yajna. Ashwamedha Yajna means a horse, a sacrificial horse is selected, and this horse is sent to all directions, different directions, in the name of the king, with the nameplate. And if some other king objects this horse or stops this horse, doesn't allow this horse to move, that means that this king is challenging that emperor who conducted the Ashwamedha sacrifice. As a part of Ashwamedha sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna, the emperor would release a horse in different directions. Of course, his soldiers will also follow the horse from a distance. The horse is allowed to freely move in any kingdom that it wants. So if the horse enters some kingdom, and the king of that kingdom doesn't speak anything, doesn't stop the horse, the king is accepting the supremacy or the superiority of the king who released the horse. But if he stops the horse, then he has to fight with the king. If he has an objection, you are not the supreme emperor, and I want to compete with you. Then there will be a war, and whoever is defeated will become supreme, right? Samrat. So this horse released by Sagara Maharaj is going in different directions. Somehow Indra became envious. Indra many times becomes envious. Whenever a king is doing some sacrifice, he becomes envious. whenever a sage is doing some meditation, tapasya, he becomes envious. So when someone is doing sacrificial Ashwamedha yajna, he steals the horse. When some sage is doing some tapasya, he will send some apsara to distract him from his tapasya. So Indra stole this horse of Sagar Maharaj. And where did he take that horse? He took that horse at Ganga Sagar, where Lord Kapila is performing his austerities. You know who is Kapila? Lord Kapila is the son of Mother Devahuti. Again, this is another story. So my loops of story. We are going through entire Bhagavatam. Ganga takes us throughout Bhagavatam. So let me give the flashback of Kapila. What's the time now?
6:32. Okay.
So, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a story. Brahma had a son named Kardama. And Kardama was instructed by Lord Brahma to marry and create population in this universe. So Kardama, instead of immediately getting married, he thought of performing some austerities before even marriage. In fact, he wanted a wife selected by or given by Lord Vishnu himself. So he sat at a place called Bindu Sarovar and he started performing some deep meditation for 10,000 years. For 10,000 years he was meditating, and after 10,000 years Lord Vishnu came on the back of Garuda and said, "What do you want? I'm very impressed with your austerities, devotional austerities." Kardama was not doing austerities like Hiranyakashipu, torturing his body, tormenting the entire universe. So when we do some austerities with malicious intentions, tamoguni austerities, that will trouble the universe. But when we do austerities in a devotional way, for example, you may do an austerity, Karthik, getting up early in the morning, or not eating 3 times in a day, but only 2 times or 1 time in a day. Or some devotees eat only fruits throughout the Karthik month. Some austerity they do, right? These are devotional austerities to please Lord Vishnu. So he was doing devotional austerities for 10,000 years. Then Lord Vishnu came in front of him and said, "Whatever you want, you ask." He says, "I want a wife. I want a compatible wife. Brahma instructed me to procreate and increase the population of this universe. For that, I need a grihini." Then Lord said, "There is a great king named Swayambhava, and he has a beautiful daughter named Devahuti, and he is going to come here along with his wife and daughter just day after tomorrow, so you can marry Devahuti. And not just that, I will become your son." Kapila. The Lord is arranging the marriage of his parents. Before becoming their son, he is bringing the mother and father together. So Kardama Muni and Devahuti married, and Kapila Dev took birth. Lord Vishnu took birth as their son, Kapila. That's the story of Kapila. So this Kapila taught Sankhya Yoga to Devahuti Mata, and he retired and he was doing his meditation, austerities, at a place called Ganga Sagar. Right? That's the story. Now come back to Sagar Maharaj's story. You remember all the names and stories? There are loops of stories here. So Sagar Maharaj released his sacrificial horse, and Indra stole that horse and tied that horse, left that horse near Kapila Muni's ashram at Ganga Sagar. Ganga Sagar is not yet Ganga Sagar. I am just presenting the current name of Ganga Sagar. But at that time it's Kapila Muni's ashram. So he tied that horse at the hermitage of Kapila Muni. Then Sagar Maharaj became anxious. No king challenged me for a fight. But we see that horse is missing. Then he had sent 60,000 sons in all directions to find that horse. And these 60,000 sons started searching in different directions. And he also divided the Bhumandala, Bhuloka, in different zones. Like you go in this direction, 10,000 suns in this direction, 10,000 suns in that direction. They started searching everywhere. Not just directions. I think he divided this entire Bhumandala into small areas. And each area is allocated to one sun to go and search. That's how elaborately big search, Google search, was done by the 60,000 suns. They could not find the horse anywhere. They came to Sagar Maharaj and reported to him. We could not find the horse anywhere in the entire Bhumandala. Oh, really? Then you search under Bhumandala, means below the earth. You cannot find the horse throughout the earth. You search under the earth, he said. It's little like you cannot find anything on the carpet, search under the carpet. So it's like that, as simple as that for him. But earth is like so many billions of miles wide. They search everywhere. Just imagine the strength of these people, power of these people, lifespan of these people. We are Kali Yuga people. We cannot even conceive of this kind of stuff. But for them it's effortless. So he told, you search under Bhumandala, it must be there. Sacrifice is so important. When you start a sacrifice, a Ashwamedha sacrifice, it's your responsibility to complete it. You can't leave it in the middle. Therefore, Sagar Maharaj is sending all his sons in all directions to find the horse, and they could not find the horse. He is asking them to search in the depths of the earth also. To that degree, it was a serious affair. So, they started digging the earth. They were digging the earth, and within the depths of the earth also, there are so many living entities living. There are different lokas, Atala Loka, Sutala Loka, Patal Loka, Rasatala, Mahatala. So many lokas are there. They are digging the earth and going into the depths of the earth and started creating so much of pain to all the living beings there. And by the way, this earth is not round. Earth is like flat, like it is almost not flat, but almost flat, like a 1 rupee coin, right? Slightly there is some elevation in the middle, and slowly it's becoming thinner towards the end. So like that, earth is more or less like a disk. So within the depths of the earth, there are 7 planetary systems, Atala, Vitala and all that. So they started digging the earth and going through these planetary systems. They found so many living beings, and they were getting tormented, but they did not bother. Our job is to find the horse. There were 4 elephants that were holding this earth on all 4 sides. They were carrying this earth Bhumandala on their backs. They saw the elephants, they did not pay any heed. They were just going down. As they are digging and digging and digging, finally at some spot they found Kapilmuni's ashram. How does it look like and what does it mean to dig in the earth? Don't ask me. I'm just repeating what's mentioned in the Bhagavatam and little bit of Ramayana Balakanda also, because this Sagar Maharaj story is described in Ramayana also and in Bhagavatam also. But how does it look like? I don't know. I never had an experience of digging even 2 feet of deep also in the ground. What is because some yojanas deep. So they found the horse near Kapilmuni's ashram. Seeing the horse near Kapilmuni's ashram, they thought that he must be the thief. They lost common sense completely. They're completely bewildered. By the way, who bewildered their mind? See, they had such power. They had Vedic education. They had the strength to search for the horse throughout the Bhumandala and under the Bhumandala also. But when they saw a sage, that too an incarnation of the Lord, how could they even suspect that he is the one who stole the horse? Why would he steal the horse? He is simply sitting there and meditating. And the horse is there and there is no proof that he has stolen the horse. Maybe the horse must have come there on its own or somebody brought it there. But they thought that he is the thief, let's kill him, attack him. They started attacking. So how did this bewilderment enter the minds? Any guesses? Let's have some interaction. How did they even think that Kapildev had stolen the horse?
Pride and ego.
Pride and ego, okay, fine. One possible reason. Anything else?
Frustration to find the horse.
Frustration. Correct. It will be great frustration. They were searching for the horse for
Because the horse
so many
is
years.
in Kapil Muni's
Correct. Anything else? I'm asking, how can such intelligent people suspect an incarnation of the Lord as a thief? Because you can always say Krishna is a thief. But Kapil is not a thief.
He said because they wanted to please their father, their father, that they found the horse and the culprit.
Okay, correct. Basically, Indra bewildered their minds. Indra influenced their minds. Indra is very dangerous. Let him not take offense. I'm telling about that Indra. Whoever is that, in that context, there is a post that keeps changing. Indra is, if you want to become Indra, you can become Indra. Anyone interested? For that you have to do 100 Ashwamedha yajnas like this, not one. Then you can become Indra. Indra is not an ordinary personality. He is very, very exalted, very, very elevated. He is an exalted devotee of Krishna also. He is extremely pious. And to occupy the position of the king of heaven, the leader of all the devatas, the provider of rains, which sustain the entire universe, it's not an easy thing. So we should never offend Indra, we should never minimize the position of Indra, but we should never fail to take a lesson from Indra's character also, especially whenever he does his mistakes. Even at such an exalted position also, there could be envy, there could be pride, there could be arrogance, there could be ego, ahankar. Indra is representing that. Therefore, we should never think that I am chanting Hare Krishna since 10 years, I will become pure devotee now. Doesn't happen. Right? Even after 100 years or 10 lifetimes also, there could be pride, there could be distraction. Gross anarthas will go away. Now, there are some gross bad habits. People may be addicted to eating meat or smoking or drinking wine. These kind of gross bad habits are there. But by coming to the path of Krishna consciousness, they may give up all these bad habits. But when it comes to subtle anarthas like envy, pride, greed, jealousy, that will take a lot of time to disappear. It doesn't happen so easily. Subtle anarthas. Like, if you do a jhadu here, the dust will go faster. It may apparently look clean, but there is fine dust particles. You have to do pocha. Right? You have to take a mopping cloth and then wipe. Then the subtle small dust particles also will go. So, in many sadhakas' lives, jhadu is done, pocha is not yet done. Means brooming is done, mopping is not yet done. Means gross anarthas may be clear, but subtle anarthas are still there. They will be there till somebody reaches very elevated stages of bhakti also. Right? Indra is like that. Indra is not a pure devotee, he is a mixed devotee. Many Indras. Some Indras may be pure devotees also. But somehow this Indra, he has not only stolen the horse, he also bewildered the minds of Sakra Maharaj's son. 60,000 minds he bewildered. You can confuse one fellow or two people, or 10 people. He could confuse 60,000 people. All 60,000 people unanimously believed that Kapila is the thief. They wanted to attack him with weapons. They wanted to kill him. At least if 10 people suspected him as a thief, and 10 more people who have some sobriety in the mind, they say, hey, he cannot be a thief, he is a sage, he is meditating. He is not playing with the horse. The horse is just wandering like this, and he is meditating. How can he be the thief? So they should have counseled each other, mentored each other, and come to some conclusion before taking an action. But all 60,000 of them became very offensive to this Kapiladev, and they wanted to kill him, attack him with weapons. This is the extent to which our mind can be bewildered, either because of Indra or in our case it is because of Maya. Maya can come in any form. We can never be overconfident in our bhakti. While practicing spiritual life, sometimes we will become very confident that I cannot be distracted, I cannot be deviated, I can be rooted in my bhakti practices. It's good to have some confidence and determination, but the confidence should not become overconfidence. We should always depend on other devotees. The dependence on the Vaishnava Sangha will keep us humble. But if we think independently, we act independently, we behave whimsically, then there is possibility of deviation at any moment. Especially of all the kinds of offenses, offending a Vaishnava is considered the foremost offense. Offending a sage, offending a Brahmana. Here, Kapila is incarnation of the Lord, but acting like a Brahmana. So it's an aparadh. Suspecting the intentions of an innocent person is a great offense. Vaishnavas are generally innocent. Innocent means not naive or stupid. Innocent means pure-hearted, simple-hearted, straightforward, not malicious, not hypocritical. So when you suspect the intentions of a pure-hearted person, that's a great offense. You should give a benefit of doubt. But these 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj did not give any benefit of doubt. In fact, they concluded, they thought that certainly he must be the thief. He must have stolen our horse. He must be envious of our father. He desired to obstruct the sacrifice, Ashwamedha Yajna of our father. Having loyalty towards your father is great. But out of your loyalty and love for your father, if you offend someone else, that's not correct. Sometimes we may offend others because of our affection towards our beloved ones. It happens. Does it happen sometimes? Sometimes we may criticize another bona fide spiritual line or Vaishnava Sampradaya, taking pride in our own Vaishnava Sampradaya. Does it happen sometimes?
Yes.
Sometimes we are a little fanatic. Yes, only Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Only ISKCON. Yes, take pride in your society, ISKCON society. No problem, that's great. Having faith in our parampara, Vaishnava parampara is amazing. But that does not mean we demean or disrespect another bona fide Vaishnava Sampradaya. Sometimes there's some pride in the practitioner, especially in the neophyte stage, it happens. Not we. There are some souls. They call everybody is Mayavadi. Except ISKCON, everybody is Mayavadi. They don't even know the definition of Mayavadi sometimes, some of them. So, in short, the lesson here is you may take pride, you may be happy, connected to your own Vaishnava line, your own spiritual lineage, practice, but don't suspect someone else. Don't disrespect another bona fide Vaishnava Sampradaya. The 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj, they suspected Lord Kapila as a thief because of their loyalty towards their father. The love they had for their father made them suspect Kapila as a thief, which is a great offense. When you superimpose your materialistic thoughts on a pure-hearted person, when we doubt the intentions or purity of a great soul, a great Lord, like Kapila Deva, what will happen? Will be burned to ashes. All the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj are burned to ashes on the spot. Some people say that Kapila Deva burned them to ashes. He angrily glanced at them and they were burned to ashes. That's not true. That's not Bhagavatam's version. Kapila Deva never punished them. We have so many instances where so many sages have burnt people to ashes or they have cursed them. For example, Gandharva Huhu has been cursed by Devala Rishi to become a crocodile. The legendary story. Similarly, Agastya Rishi cursed Indradyumna Maharaj to become an elephant. Similarly, Shamika Rishi's son Shringi cursed Parikshit Maharaj to die in 7 days. Mother Parvati cursed Chitraketu Maharaj to become a demon, Vrithasura. And there are so many such curses. But Kapila Muni never cursed. Who is that? The 60,000 sons. He never harmed. Durvasa Muni cursed a personality, I forgot his name, Sahasika. Durvasa Muni cursed a prince named Sahasika to become a donkey. You know who is the donkey? Can anyone guess? Donkey in Krishna Lila, huh? Dhenukasur. Dhenukasur was a prince named Sahasika in his past life. He was doing some mistake with so many people around. He was dancing and creating a lot of disturbance in a place where Durvasa Muni was doing meditation. Durvasa Muni came and said, "You are shouting like a donkey, you become a donkey." So he became Dhenukasur. And Balram did. We are making loud noise, we are like donkeys. Anyways, so many people, so many sages and brahmanas became angry and cursed and harmed people. Durvasa Muni, he also wanted to burn Ambrish Maharaj alive. He created a fiery demon. You know that story, right? So Ambrish Maharaj called Durvasa Muni for meals, and Durvasa Muni went to Yamuna to take bath, and he was getting delayed. Meanwhile, Ambrish Maharaj took just little bit water, a drop of Charanamrita to break his Ekadasi fast. But Durvasa Muni became so furious, he created a fiery demon to burn Ambrish Maharaj. But Sudarshan Chakra came and burned that fiery demon. But here Kapila Muni never tried to burn the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj. The lesson here is, when we offend great souls, we will be cursed, we will be punished by them, sometimes or many times. But even if they choose not to punish us, still we receive punishment. Right? Whether the other Vaishnava wants to punish us or forgive us, that doesn't matter. Because we have offended a Vaishnava, definitely we will receive punishment. Don't get excited that, oh, he doesn't take offense so seriously. I offended him, but he doesn't take offense seriously. He's a simple Vaishnava. He didn't mind so much. No. Even though he doesn't mind, Krishna minds. Who is that? Arjun said that I will not fight with these people who are the Duryodhan, Dushyasan. I will not fight with them. I forgive them. Krishna says, you may forgive, but I will not forgive you, because they offended my devotees. You have to go and kill them. Then similarly, there is an offensive person named Gopal Chapal. He offended a great Vaishnava named Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur did not mind. He forgave him. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not forgive him. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will make you suffer for 10 million lifetimes in hell. He said, what am I supposed to do? I'm sorry. Don't say sorry to me. Go and fall at the feet of Srivas Thakur. When you humble yourself in front of another devotee whom you have offended, and if that devotee prays on your behalf, then Krishna will relieve you. Otherwise, you have to experience reactions. So, coming back to Kapila Muni, Kapila Muni never wanted to kill the 60,000 sons of Sagar Maharaj. He is Vishuddha Sattva Vigraha. There is no possibility of anger manifesting in his personality at all. Throughout his life, he never became angry. Kapila. Ram became angry sometimes, Krishna became angry sometimes, Balramji became angry, Parshuram became angry many times, but Kapila never became angry. So he did not burn them to ashes. But they were burned to ashes because of their own offensive mentality. Their offensive mentality took the form of fire and burned their bodies, and everyone became a pile of ash. At that moment, there are 60,000 piles of ashes lying there. 60,000 piles of ashes. How will they be relieved? I think we will see in the evening. Suspense, sorry. You want a short answer? We'll give a long answer in the evening. Short answer is Ganga comes from heaven to earth, and the waters of Ganga would touch the 60,000 piles of ashes. They'll revive. They'll be revived. They'll come back to their original forms. But how did Ganga come from there to here? It's a long story. We'll discuss it later. Thank you very much. Mother Ganga ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes. Any questions, comments?
Go on the 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Prabhuji, you explained about Mahavishnu, but what is the connection between Krishna and Vishnu? I'm always confused when I'm praying. Should I pray to Vishnu or Krishna? Because I understand in the end it's Krishna who is doing it, but how are they in connection with each other?
Again, another essay question, but I'll try to give a shorter answer. There are two realms in the existence, the spiritual realm and the material realm. The spiritual world and the material world. In the spiritual world, there are hundreds and thousands of spiritual lokas. You cannot call them planets as such. For all practical purposes, you may call them planet, but they are called lokas, abodes. They are called Vaikunthas. Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means misery. Vaikuntha means a place where there is no misery. Like that, there are hundreds and thousands of Vaikuntha lokas in the spiritual world. Of all of them, the topmost is Goloka. Goloka Vrindavan. In that Goloka Vrindavan, Lord Krishna resides in his form, in his two-handed form as Gopal. And his immediate expansion is Lord Balaram. And from Balaram, many other forms of the Lord manifests. What are they? Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and many other forms like Govinda, Madhava, Madhusudana, Keshava, so many forms. So one God, there's only one God, Krishna, and he has multiple forms. He replicates himself into multiple forms. It's like one hero taking multiple attires in a movie, like that. So one God manifesting in multiple forms, in multiple moods, to receive services, to reciprocate with the love and affection of multiple devotees. So the spiritual world is filled with so many such forms. And avatar means one who descends from the spiritual world to the material world. That's the definition of avatar. So in the spiritual world, one God manifests himself in multiple forms. And some forms are very sweet, some are very reverence invoking. So Vishnu form is a reverence invoking form. Very majestic, very opulent, very grand, very sober, very regal, very royal. But Krishna's form is very simple, sweet, innocent, approachable, accessible, playful. Both are same, but they have two different moods. For example, Krishna, you can chase Krishna with a stick, not you. Yashoda Mother can chase Krishna with a stick and chastise him, scold him. Krishna can steal butter also. But Vishnu doesn't steal butter. Vishnu is very sober. And Yashoda Mother doesn't chase Vishnu with a stick. Little four-handed Vishnu is just running like this. And Yashoda Mother is scolding him, hey, why did you steal butter? That doesn't happen. Because that Vatsalya reciprocation Vishnu doesn't do. Krishna does. So Krishna is more playful, and more human-like, and his pastimes and his connections with devotees are more playful and more comprehensive. But Vishnu is like same God, but in a different form and different mood. In short, Vishnu is God at office, Krishna is God at home. At home, we are more relaxed. We have our own family members. It could be children, or parents, or spouses, etc. So there, at home, you are more relaxed. But in office, you are more dignified, sober. Your dressing style is different. Your speaking style is different. Your interacting style is different. So Vishnu is God at office, and Krishna is God at home. That's simple. So now that forms of the Lord in the spiritual world descend into this material world, they are called avatars. Lord Sankarshana in the spiritual world becomes Mahavishnu or Karanodakasaya Vishnu in this world. Lord Pradyumna becomes Garbhodakasaya Vishnu in the material world. Lord Aniruddha in the spiritual world becomes Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, is third Vishnu, third Super Soul. He lies on the milk ocean. Like that, the forms in the spiritual world descend into the material world as Vishnus. They are also Vishnus, but they have different names. Because in this material world, there are three prominent Vishnus: Karanodakasaya Vishnu, Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Kshirodakasaya Vishnu. And these Vishnus are not different from Krishna ultimately, but at the same time, they have their own roles to perform. Krishna is the source. Does it make sense? It's a very brief answer.
Yes.
I'm writing a book on avatars of the Lord. You can read that along with.
So one just complimentary question. So when we talk about Krishna who came to planet Earth on Vrindavan, is it then the avatar of Vishnu, or is it Krishna himself?
Krishna himself comes.
Himself, okay. Because I read somewhere that when Krishna was born in Dwarka, he came with his 400 form, and that's what he showed to his parents. And whenever it's 400, I'm thinking that it's Vishnu, and how do we then say that it's Krishna?
Yes. Krishna can also manifest four hands. Krishna is Vasudeva. I spoke about Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha. There is another form in the quadruple expansion of Chaturvyuha, that is Vasudeva. So Krishna is Vasudeva. In Mathura, Krishna takes birth as the son of the Devaki and Vasudeva in a four-handed form. That is Vasudeva Krishna. It's not Vishnu. Vasudeva Krishna. And whenever the Devatas had some troubles or difficulties, they go to the milk ocean and pray to Lord Vishnu. Then avatar comes. Whether it is Ram or Krishna or Narasimha, avatars come. But in that sense, we think that yes, Vishnu only took the form of Krishna, took the form of Ram and other forms. They are all Vishnu's avatars. Nothing wrong in that understanding. It's a general understanding. But all these forms are eternally there in the spiritual world. Avatar means one who descends from the spiritual world to the material world. Whether it is Rama, Krishna, Narasimha, Varaha, Vamana, all these forms are there in the spiritual world. They are eternally present in the spiritual world. They have their own planets there, lokas there. From there they are coming. But when are they coming? Whenever the Devatas are praying to Lord Vishnu. When they are praying to Lord Vishnu, especially Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, then the avatars are descending from the spiritual world. But we think that they are coming from Mahavishnu, from Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, which is nothing wrong in that understanding. Right? But a deeper reality is these forms did not originate from Vishnu. They are eternally existent in the spiritual world. They are eternal forms. They came from there to here. But the context is you pray to Vishnu and then he comes from top. Does it make sense?
Yes.
And Radharani,
Radharani.
yeah, the expansion from Krishna also.
Srimati Radharani is the energy of Krishna, the personification of Krishna's Hladini potency, Krishna's internal potency. We need more explanation for it, yeah.
So you mentioned
I think
about,
evening we'll have only Q&A. Looks like I have a lot of basic questions here.
so you mentioned about quadruple. So and in that you mentioned Narayan and Vasudeva both. So is Narayan and Vasudeva same?
It is said that from Narayana comes this quadruple. From Balaramji, Narayana comes. From Narayana comes Vasudeva, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha in the spiritual world.
So what is the role of Anirudh?
Aniruddha
Shiva.
is the controller of our mind. Pradyumna is the controller of our intelligence. Sankarshana is the controller of our ego, sense of identity. Vasudeva is the controller of our chitta, consciousness. We have antahkaranas, man, buddhi, ahankar and chitta. Mind, intelligence, ego and consciousness. This quadruple, Chaturvyuha, are the presiding deities of these four antahkaranas that we have. Too technical, right? Yes.
Prabhu, so you said Balaram and then Narayan, and from Narayan Vasudev, Pradyumna, Sankarshan and Aniruddha. So so when we offer, when we do sacrifices, the offering goes to Narayan. We say Narayan iti samarapayami.
Now the word Narayana means one who lies on a liquid ocean. Now different devotees, different forms of the Lord can be addressed with the name Narayana. When you say Garbhodak Savishnu is Narayana, nothing wrong in it. When you say Kshirodak Savishnu is Narayana, nothing wrong in it. When you address Krishna as Vishnu, there is nothing wrong in it. Sometimes these names are interchangeably used. You can call Vasudeva as Narayana, you can call Narayana as Vasudeva also. Does it make sense? Okay, anything else?
So back to the story. Now, why these 60,000 sons were burned to ashes? Shouldn't it be Indra who was the root cause anyways?
Ah, we'll come to that. The story did not end yet. Okay. Thank you very much.
Sorry, a small one. Sankarshana, the word Shankar, is it anything related to Shiva here?
No. Sankarshana and Lord Shankar both are different. This is SAM, that is SHIVA. Thank you. So we'll have more time for Q&A this evening.
This is very Gauranga Prabhu ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
So Hare Krishna everyone, we'll be meeting near the reception in 10 minutes. So if you want to bring your clothes or maybe get a jacket or a shawl because it's slightly windy outside. So yeah, we'll meet next door in 10 minutes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Catch Vasudeva in charge of consciousness.
Ego and